I'm now at that age where I have to start worrying about the calf and Achilles injuries that are so common amongst middle-aged folks who like to still get after it in the gym, maybe like to play rec league basketball, tennis, pickleball, you name it. We are still fit and active enough to really put some force into a lot of the things that we do, but we maybe don't quite have the resiliency that we once did when we were in our 20s. And a calf strain is oftentimes the first thing that we see as these sort of lower leg injuries continue to creep up. So, what do we do if this happens? Well, a calf injury oftentimes occurs because the loading capacity or the loading tolerance, stress tolerance of what that calf could handle in a given moment was exceeded by whatever the activity is that you may be performing. So let's say you're one of my patients recently who shot me a message and said that they got into running a little bit more. They were on vacation, couldn't get into the gym like they normally might like to. So they said, hey, you know what? I normally don't run a whole lot, but I'm going to go on some runs just to get my fitness kick in when I'm away. Now, that's a great idea. However, the calf and the Achilles haven't been trained to be able to handle a lot of the forces that are going to continue to accumulate as you go on a run. Even if cardiovascularly or just our overall fitness level, we feel like it's pretty good, it hasn't gotten used to the forces in particular that we're going to be dealing with when we go and run. So it comes down to, is our calf and our lower body ready for what we're about to throw at it? In many cases, if you've strained it, it probably isn't. And after the injury, the loading tolerance is diminished because as it recovers, it's not able to handle the same amount of stress as maybe it did prior to the injury. If you've had a calf injury or are hoping to prevent one in the future, we want to start with a drill that's a little bit more simple. So here's a video we took from our Instagram page that starts with an isometric exercise. In this drill, we're just simply holding the position to let the calf get used to being able to handle the forces and that it's going to need to be able to handle moving forward, and also just start contracting and working again. The muscle's not lengthening, it's not shortening, it's a very low threat position that is a nice introduction to being able to handle loading again, which ultimately can help reduce that pain sensitization and help it get ready for what comes next. Next, we have to get into something a little more dynamic where we're moving up, we're moving down. And if you notice in the video here, we are moving through a full range of motion because the calf ultimately needs to be able to handle all the motion that you are capable of. Finally, we need to make sure it's able to handle a little bit faster loading in a plyometric drill. In this exercise, we're having this person hold or use a band to be able to off-weight the body a little bit because maybe the calf, the Achilles isn't ready for full-on jumping without any assistance. But this is a nice little middle ground we can do to take some of that body weight off. Ultimately, after this, we would take away the band, get into some more progressed drills that maybe carry over to your specific sport or activity. So if you're a runner, we might incorporate running drills such as your A skips, A runs that I've talked about in the past. If you're a jumping athlete like a basketball player, those drills will have to be catered a little bit more towards that sport. And so as you can see, every rehab process for a calf and Achilles injury, like any other area of the body, is personalized to the person that's in front of us based on current symptoms, current presentations, and goals that you may have in mind. If you're somebody that would like some help with your injury or preventing the risk moving forward, because maybe you're in that demographic now like me, contact us. We would love to be able to help.